Hi friends. I was doing a lot of thinking, and as I have been releasing my blast from the past, so my videos as I was traveling back to Oregon in the summer, okay, I thought what I could do to also bring some real life little twist or touch to my past videos is, now that it's in the future, is looking back at these videos and talk a little bit more about maybe what I was thinking going through, or anything I might see differently too that I would do, or it's just kind of fun to now be in the future and I'm looking back at these videos, and yeah, I think it'd be fun to kind of do this when I release these videos and just bring a little more interest from these past videos to the current time, okay, for anybody who is watching them. And so I think this will be a fun thing to do, okay? So one of the things that is going on in this situation is, one, I'm dealing with triple digits. So it's in the summertime, it's very hot, right? And going through some of the hottest parts of Oregon too as well, coming through the central high desert area, now working my way down to Bend and then traveling up to Sisters. And it can get still pretty hot in those areas, and so the heat definitely can definitely take your toll on anybody, but definitely it can be harder on people that are traveling too with disabilities or anything that could, struggle with your energy in any kind of way. So that's why I allow this, extra time frame to get out to the Sweet Home area where I'm going to be camp hosting with Kent for the Country Oregon Jamboree. So I allowed that extra time to get out here, but still not as much time as I would have liked to. I actually do better when I travel a little bit, maybe, an hour or two drive, and then I sit for 2 weeks, obviously. Much better for me to do that, or a day of driving supplies and then I crash for 2-3 weeks. That's how my body works the best. So definitely it was more challenging, only getting to rest maybe a day or two and then push on, and maybe I get to rest and then push on. So definitely more challenging doing a trip in this particular way, and I definitely don't think I'm up to doing something like this a lot in my future. I think it just was too much on me that I didn't actually put on film, okay? So maybe as I release these videos, I'll kind of explain a little bit more the challenges. Now this particular one, Milo broke his kennel, the zipper. He kind of like clawed his way out, broke the zipper. And I was trying to find a replacement kennel for him because it wasn't safe for him. Trying to kind of climb up into the front and get underneath by my chair with me, and I'm always worried he's going to get underneath my foot where I need to work the pedals. Not safe, so I needed to get that situation fixed as soon as possible. So I was working on doing that in Bend, and you'll hear I found a solution temporarily right now. And even to this day, I'm still looking, and hopefully we'll find a different kennel situation for him maybe. But I'm taking this one day at a time with him. The other thing too that was a bump in the road when you're traveling and you have to have any kind of doctors or medications is you're going to hear where I lose my doctor, and so that's why I'm here right now, still working on finding a new doctor and all that, and make a relationship, and some of the changes that caused me to be where I'm at today here in Oregon, and all the things I went through this past winter is all because of these events that can happen when you're on the road. And losing my doctor was huge, because she went from one part of Oregon to way to another part of Oregon that just isn't going to work for me. Okay, so I was dealing with this, and also a prescription med that ended up getting canceled through a Walmart. I'm still to this day, I don't know what happened. I don't know what error happened, whether through Walmart. All I know is that a doctor did not cancel my medication. I had refills all the way to November, but because I lost this doctor, I had no new relationship with a doctor, so they wouldn't give me anything more than 30 days until I got in, met a new doctor, made a relationship with a doctor. So that's kind of what I was looking at, and just using some reserve meds that I had in case of an emergency. So I was able to create that while I was on the road, and so it allowed me to get myself back to Oregon. So that's something to think about if you are traveling, you do have medications. What happens if this situation happens to you, and to have a game plan, because I never thought that something like this was going to happen, and it was a shocker for me to have those two events happen at the same time before I got back to Oregon. So you're going to hear me talk a little bit more about that situation, and that ended up creating this part of my life, why I'm here through the winter, taking care of some business here and having to go apart from Kent for a while I'm settling all these affairs, okay? The other thing is, I am a nocturnal person, so I just want people to be aware too, when you are nocturnal, and there are nocturnal people versus morning people, and it definitely can be a little more challenging for us nocturnal people being on the road. It's more so in the winter time because it gets dark earlier, and then when you're struggling with more disability issues and you're slower in the morning, and then you're more nocturnal, so that makes it a little harder to get up and get going and start your day by 9 a.m. because I start my day by 11 a.m., or around that time frame. So that has extra challenges for somebody who might be physically challenged as well, okay? So, yeah, I haven't worked around this issue. It is still just a huge issue in my world, so we'll see if I can come up with better plans this coming year when I get back on the road, and how I conquer this particular issue in my life. But one of the things I did do is, for now to start with, is I did become a member to the Harvest Hosts. So when I'm not with Kent and I am trying to get from point A to point B or back to him for any situation, then I've got that backup plan, as a place to go to, as a pit stop, or just kind of helping me to make my rolling a little bit easier, okay? All right, so I hope this kind of helps a little bit. I'm trying to rest as much as I can, but continue moving as quickly as my body will let me, which was really hard for me. It really was challenging for me at many times. You're like, I don't know if I can do this or move today, but I just dug deep, and then you'll hear times where I did stay another day, or I did, I was able to do that, give myself another day, but sometimes I really needed a few more days rest. But yeah, so it was really challenging, and when I finally got down to the Oregon Jamboree, I started that already being tired, which wasn't a good thing, but oh well, I got through it, still had fairly good time there, and that's the most important thing, and saw some amazing scenery, beautiful sunsets. You just kind of have to look at the beauty and let the beauty itself that you see help you to reboot, okay, emotionally. And I tried to do that to help my body reboot physically, because I'm able to do that at times. Okay, all right, so let's get going to this part of my journey as I make my way to Sisters, Oregon. Hi friends, well, I'm about to leave the National Forest that's outside of the Bend area, and I'm going into town to get tires and get some stuff done in town. But I am running really late today. I'm a very nocturnal person, and so I was up way too late because of other circumstances that happened. I was trying so hard to get to bed early, knowing that I had some stuff that I had to get done, and so the night just didn't work out the way I had hoped for it to go. So I woke up reasonable time though, 7:30, but I'm just not a morning person, so it just took longer to get out where I needed to get out today. So now it's already almost 11. I was supposed to leave here at 10, get down there to get my tires. So I did call them. They know I'm coming in, but I'm running late. So my whole focus is to get down and get these tires and not do a lot of filming. It takes too much time. Also, I need to use my Google Maps, you know, because it's the one thing that's picking up the discount tires where I need to go in Bend. Okay, so I'm going to be using my phone, Google Maps, for that. I need to get a new kennel for Milo, at least I hope so. I'm really hoping for that, and so it's just not working out having this kennel in the middle here, and I need to be able to zip them up and keep them safe. So I hope I can do that, get to Walmart. So I will film when I get out of Bend and see how far I get today, and hopefully get towards the sisters area. Okay, all right, so we'll pick up after all my journey in town today. Well, hi everyone. I am in Bend, and it is, I can't believe it, 6:15, and I am just trying to leave to go find a place, probably outside of Sisters area, as far as I'm gonna make it today. But I got my tires, so that was good. I had to take care of a medicine situation with my meds, but I lost my medical doctor, so I have to make a new relationship with a new doctor, and Walmart messed up with my prescription in Payson. I don't know how they did this, but they canceled 2 of my meds. So all of my meds were supposed to be renewed until November, but 2 of them they canceled. One of the most important ones, which is just gabapentin, but it's an important one when you have neuropathy. So I've got to have that. I mean, it's so serious that she says, well, if you're totally out and you're in a serious situation, she said, well, go to an emergency room and then they'll renew them for you. Well, so I said, no, I have enough to get me by, but I do need to be getting something soon. And so, yeah, so they'll only give me 30 days, and I've got this event to go to, this country jamboree. So what's going to happen is they're going to send me a 30-day at the Lebanon, outside of Sweet Home area, Walmart.
Continue 1/4 mile to the end of the street, then turn right.
And so, but I've got to get in to see now, make a relationship with a new doctor there at the facility to get an extended
US 20.
prescription on the gabapentin, but the other 2 that I take, they were able to renew that, but still the gabapentin is the most important one I gotta have. So that's gonna change some plans a little bit after the country jamboree, or at least I'll have a little bit of time, and I have a little meds to get me maybe through part of September-ish or something. But I needed to do some different things, you know, back home anyway, so I wasn't going to be able to go too far. I've got a lot of things I've got to start wrapping up and taking care of back here in my hometown. So Yeah, so I got that straightened out, and then hold on. Milo is not working out with his kennel, and nobody has a small enough kennel that's going to fit underneath that table.
US 20.
I went to Petco, Walmart, I checked everywhere. So I found a bigger carrier bag than what I use when I go inside of a store. So it's a bigger one. It is 20 inches long, and you know, probably just a tad smaller than that one, but yet bigger than the purse type one that I carry inside of a store. So, and I put a little doggy bed inside of it, and so now he can be in between me. But the cool thing is it collapses, so I can fold it all down and tuck it out of the way, so it's not like another big huge kennel that I'm having to deal with. But I was wanting to replace that kennel, the 20 inch, you know, it's by 13 wide and so high. But this one here is close to that. It's probably about 11 high, it's 20 inches long, and then so high, but I can leave the top open anyway. So this works out really well, and he can be next to me while I drive. I can secure it, and so he'll be safe if there's any kind of major accident. He's not going anywhere. It's very tied up and secure in between, and then I can fold it up and put it away when I get somewhere, so it won't be in my way, and I can still step over it if I need to. So anyways, it's the next best thing. I had no other choice. I didn't know what else to do. He's just not safe being free in this van when I'm driving. It's just not doable. So anyways, got that fixed. So now I'm on my way to try to find where I'm gonna land tonight. Wow. This is really the latest I have ever been or tried to travel. Well, friends, this is the next day. I actually crashed last night. I found this place right before dark, and I went down a couple other areas. It just wasn't working out. But this one here, I found this little spot. The road was decent to get in here, and it's a great pit stop for the night. Actually, I'm decided to stay here tonight as well because it is Saturday, and where I want to go next, I think it could be kind of crowded over the weekend. So I'll take off tomorrow on Sunday, and I'm sure hopefully everybody will clear out of that area where I want to go to. I've been there last year, and actually it wasn't too bad with people, but then we were socked in with smoke, you know, from fires around us. And this year I don't have that situation, so it could definitely be a little bit more packed with people. So we'll see. But for now, I'm able to just reboot, catch up on some videos, and yeah, and just rest. It's not the most scenic, it's just trees around me, but it's a great pit stop, and that's what I needed. All right, so I'll show you where I ended up outside of Sisters, Oregon. All right, so this is my cool little spot for 2 nights. And I was covered in shade from the trees this morning. So all of these trees here, they're pretty tall here in Oregon, covered me this morning. And actually I woke up kind of cold. It was 60 degrees, 58-ish, and my gauge could be off a couple of degrees, and I had the fans blowing and everything, a couple fans, and I actually had to shut all the fans down, so that was really nice. And my solar actually had dropped down. I was a little concerned if I was going to get sun and reboot, but I didn't really want this much sun. But oh well. It's hard to tell when I pulled in so late at night, you know, how it was going to be today. I could tell where the sun was setting, but later on I'll get more shade, and that's when it gets the hottest. Actually out here is about 4 o'clock-ish, so the sun should be starting to set, and it should be much better. It's a nice little breeze today, so that's kind of nice. And if I wanted to sit outside, I can move around with my chair around the little pockets of shade. But it was definitely a lot, like I said, a lot more shade when I got up this morning. The only thing I'm not liking is I'm back into this real soft, powdery kind of dirt, and so everything gets dirty. You track in dirt. Oh my gosh, my shoes, I got these brand new shoes, and oh my gosh, they're all just full of the dirt. So that's the downfall, is yeah, I don't want to put my mat out because I'm not staying that long. So I don't know, I'm just gonna have to just deal with this for just another day. I'll show you Milo. Okay, there's Milo. He's staying pretty cool. I have this fan blowing on him, and he has his cool wrap on, and I'm making sure that I get plenty of water down him. So we're just kind of gonna take it easy today. The heat sometimes gets quite a bit for both of us, but I just keep him cool with that cool wrap sprayed down me, and then we survive it. The evenings are sure nice though up here, so we get to reboot. Okay, so this is what it looks like down the road where I'm at, and then towards the other direction. I did see one person go down this way with a white van. Other than that, no car traffic at all. It's been really, really quiet. And then two guys on a bike rode by early this morning. They were just, you could tell, just out for a nice bike ride. Other than that, very quiet. Just the sound of the wind in the trees. All right, well, I had a couple people ask, do I feel safe when I camp like this or by myself and in the boonies like this? And absolutely, I feel more safer being off of finger roads, you know, of a main forest road, and the deeper you go in, because there's less people that are going to go that deep looking for someone to victimize, because you're so sprinkled out here in that sense, where someone would really have to go searching into the forest looking for somebody, and they don't usually want to do that. They want an easy target. So I find the closer you are to a main forest road coming into an area and where there's more people, you're definitely going to be in a greater chance of being, you know, messed with, or even in a campground. So I don't know, that's my philosophy. Wherever you are with more numbers, the greater your chance of something happening. Where if you're further out and the more deep you go, the less chance you're going to find someone out there that's really wanting to harm people, or, you know, or whatever it is that they're going to want to do. Less chance of that. That's how I feel, and that's just where my comfort level is. Where other people would be more comfortable being off of the main road, and because the numbers, so you have to follow what makes you the most comfortable, because you're the one who has to be there and sleep that night or the next night. So you have to go by your gut. I actually would feel more concerned with more people coming in and out, because that puts me more at a target. So this, I mean, I saw one person, two people on a bike, you know, and it's already like 3 o'clock. So, I mean, it's not heavy in traffic. And so, yeah, I feel fine. That's my comfort level. All right. So I hope you enjoyed my spot here, and I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.